I think she does want I think she would want to meet me out of curiosity.
Okay. Let's just hope that this is not part of the outtake. But if you were to meet each other, what do you think would happen?
Yeah, depending on the circumstances. Obviously, if we meet.
Cut. No, I'm joking.
I think it depends on how things would go, but I think there's definitely we get along very well, and I think something could happen.
And judging by, I mean, you guys both have different, you know, I mean, age groups. I mean, in that sense, I mean, with the age difference, would that change anything for you?
Not at all. I don't care about age. Actually, I don't like girls. I like women. So I always went for the cougars. So I don't care. Anyway, she looks like she's 30. So you can tell she's the age she is. She's not 75 neither. So
Once you'll have completed this book, I mean, writing the whole thing, I mean, what shall be your immediate next step besides looking for a publisher?
I think I'm gonna. The moment the book is completed and proofread, I'm gonna just go and print it out, and I'm gonna ask her for her address, and I'm gonna send it to her.
Okay.
The original one, because what happens when you find a publisher, assuming the publisher says, okay, fine, I read your story, I'm willing to publish you. Then what happens? They say, oh, well, cut this, modify that, and then it's sort of your story.
Are you like afraid? I mean, once the book is read and your story, that like, I mean, that she may, like, for example, take things the wrong way in the writing of this book, so that, I mean, I can finally meet her, you know, smoking hot Swedish sugar, you know, like, I mean, master plan might actually be for you at that moment in time. Or?
Well, I don't. That's why actually I want to send her the original copy, so that before I go to the publishing house, she can really have the whole picture. That I want her to know what really came from me, that wasn't changed or.
Okay, now I'm shifting is gonna go towards me, and I'm sure you're not gonna send me the original copy before you put scenes of me inside the book, right?
I will. I will. Yeah, of course. Yeah, because I want proof with my signature and everything. I'm even gonna send her ex a copy. I'm pretty sure you would, with my signature and everything.
It's gonna be pretty difficult for me because, obviously. Anyways, we're not gonna talk about me.
No,
it's your interview. It's your interview over here.
He's so nice.
Again.
He's so considerate.
How do you think this book? Pardon me. How do you think this book will? I'm laughing so hard. He's giving me hiccups. This guy. How do you think that this book will transcend? Will be fair and for her and for yourself, so that you can be both satisfied, both in you as a novelist and her as a
reader who's the main character. I don't think she has much expectation. I just think she's the kind of girl that's the kind of woman, like girl. She's definitely not a girl. She's a woman.
But what do you think? Also, that I mean, not just her. I mean, she's a woman, right?
Like yes. Legally, yes. I think she's over 18.
Okay. That's not what I meant. I mean, how do you, like a Swedish woman in that culture, I mean, do you think that has a lot to do with the fact that she's going to react in a specific way? I mean, are they pretty open-minded?
They're very, especially her in general, I think Swedes are very open-minded. They're very, what's called, the mentality is very lagom, which means very gray zone, very not too much, not too little, very laid back. And I think she's really a credit to that mentality. I think she's just out there. She probably sees that, but you know what? Have fun, impress me, and do whatever you like. I'm pretty sure. I mean, she knows my style. We've been writing each other for the past 10 years, so I think she knows it's gonna be. At least she's gonna like it. I don't expect people to like it.
Yeah. What do you think about the audience, for example? How do you think they're gonna react?
You know what? I hope they're gonna like it, but I never do things for others before I do it for myself. Primarily, I wanted to write a book just for myself and for her, just for kicks.
Well, you mentioned to me over the phone before we had this interview, actually, Simon, this brings some subject out, that actually one of the scenes you told me that had to do with me was pretty damn funny. And I mean, I don't know if you were laughing at me or if you were laughing at the situation, or maybe both. I would just put it in the book.
If you're referring about that specific time where we were both taking calls, because we both worked together in a call center, no, I'm definitely laughing with you because no, I'm not laughing at you. I just thought actually that time you really impressed me. So. I make the whole situation pretty comedic, pretty humoristic, but I don't laugh really anybody, except those I don't like, and you'll be able to tell when you read a story that those who are not part of my circle of friends or the people I love are those who I'm not afraid of slamming or dissing or whatever. It could be past bosses or whatever, but my friend like you, I'm not gonna ask you to do an interview and yeah, can you do an interview with me, Jeremy? And I slam him in my book, and then you read this like, what the hell? And he comes back with a sniper rifle and takes me out while I take out the garbage. So no, that's
gonna be in your next book, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Sniper and garbage.
No, the next book, if there is, I cannot. Obviously, there's an idea that I want to write a next book.
There's something about Swedish.
There's something. There's something about Lise. Yeah, there's something about Lise.
That's right.
I crossed out Cameron Diaz and I put the Liselott instead. No, if there's a sequel, obviously there can be a sequel without me meeting her. So I have to meet her, and the second book would be what happened when I met her, and what.
If there would be one hint you can give to the audience of, like, for example, of this book, okay, just give a little hint. I mean, why they should go buy this book, or why they should for themselves, other than how you feel about it, because that's the most important thing as a writer.
What do I feel about her? Okay, yeah. Go ahead. Finish your sentence. Finish your question.
Anyways, point is that I was saying that how's your audience gonna, what can you depict to incite your audience to buy this book once it's published at that point?
I think it's the fact that obviously ignorance is based. The ignorance will base what they know on stereotypes, and for instance, we Canadians, people think we all live in a country where it snows all year long, and we live in cabins. We all dress in red and all work for the RCMP and blah blah blah. And in the case of Sweden, people think they all drive Volvos and they're all blonde, all very promiscuous.
So I understand correctly. I know that you emphasize a lot on a lot of the ridicule and the stereotypes of our society.
I do, and that's why I think
the different mentalities.
Exactly, and I play on that, so people are gonna take the bait, and they're gonna buy the book, and then as they read, they're gonna say, "Oh, it's not exactly like that. It's not how I thought." So I demystify a lot of misconceptions. I proof and confirm and counter object a lot of things. So, and obviously for those who like to travel, those who plan on meeting people off the internet, I give a lot of tips.
What would be the catchphrase for you to say to the audience to go buy this book? What would you say to them? Look at the camera.
Catchphrase. Wear a condom because when it breaks. Not kidding. Catchphrase would be be careful. Be careful. Be safe. Plan ahead. And also, especially plan ahead. Have a plan A, B, C. When you travel, you meet somebody, you have to have always a backup to a backup to a backup. And if you have a bad time, if you're pissed off at a lot of things, I approach a lot of those topics. So I think it's sort of a therapy. It's very therapeutic. And it's
therapeutic,
right.
Yeah, very good.
So
I mean, that's a long message. I mean, can you shorten that for the audience?
That's a long message.
Go buy the book. That's all it is.
Yeah, go buy the book. I want my money. I want my money. I need the funding.
You need the funding.
I want to take Liselott and go to Tahiti.
You're gonna go Joe Pesci on
that.
Exactly. Get a baseball bat if you don't mind.
Exactly. I'm gonna every one of you. But it depends on the publishing house. How are they gonna promote the book? But I think I'm going to do a lot of self-advertisement, and I think catchphrase just travel, have fun.
Travel, have fun.
Be safe. Be careful.
Be careful.
That's it.
Well, that's all the time we have for today.
Thank you very much, Jeremy.
For having me.
It was my pleasure.